Welcome to Business Talk, presented in collaboration with the University of Rio Grande and the Ohio State University South Centers, from the heart of southeastern Ohio at the University of Rio Grande TV studio. Our goals are simple: promote the University of Rio Grande and the Ohio State University South Centers, as well as advocate local small business and their support organizations. More importantly, promote southeastern Ohio as a wonderful place to live, explore, and learn. There are many different ways you can find us. The University of Rio Grande Cable Access Channel 17, live online at blogtalkradio.com, and on YouTube if you are unable to catch our show live. Introducing our co-hosts, Jason Winters, Mike Thompson, Patrick Dingle. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoy the show. Welcome to Business Talk.
Hey, welcome back. You know, Jason, it's interesting. Out in the parking lot, now the students have all gone home, but out in the parking lot, I see this big motorcycle. And then I come up here and I see another motorcycle. And it must be the time of the year where you're out and about and just enjoying the wind hitting your face.
Very much so. But you know, it's also this time of year when there's not very many parking spots in our parking lot. So we need our motorcycles so we can kind of cram in there. You know, I feel like an empty nester. You know, graduation has come and gone.
Yeah, I know.
All the students have gone home for the summer, and we pull into campus and you hear the echo. You walk into the buildings. I was up at the gym with my son. We were exercising this morning, and usually you walk in and there's students everywhere.
Right.
You know, the equipment is all in use, and you walk in and it's just, oh wow, where'd everybody go?
I understand, and they're probably out and about like for instance, as it gets nicer. I bet it's really nice to take short trips.
It is nice. It's nice to get on the bike and kind of, you know, there's no radio on my bike. I'm old school. So, you know, it's just me and my thoughts going down the highway.
Well, sometimes you can take your bike, take your wife Tracy, and go down to Portsmouth, because
it's a very nice ride.
Yes, it will be. Because today we have a special guest. Lisa has had 25 years in with the Portsmouth Area Chamber of Commerce. And then at 2 o'clock, we're going to be talking with Katie Molesky. Mm-hmm. She's into health. Mm-hmm. And she looked at me and she said, "You aren't going to interview me, are you?" I said, No, we're going to have Mike, because she only wants to be around.
But she could probably lecture to you.
She already did.
Good for her.
And then at 3 o'clock, we have a special guest with Dr. Michelle Johnston. Mm-hmm. She's going to be talking with Jeff Lanham, mm-hmm. who's the athletic director at the University of Rio Grande. But let's sort of focus in on the Portsmouth area and the Portsmouth Area Chamber of Commerce. Lisa Carver, I've had the opportunity to work with Lisa on a number of different projects or with business clients down at the chamber. And, you know, she comes with us with a wealth of experience and knowledge. And Lisa, welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
It is great having you on our show and talking about various different things. But before you do that, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, like you said, I've been with the Chamber organization for 25 years. I've been in the role that I have right now as the Executive Director since 1998. And prior to that, I managed the credit bureau that was owned and operated by the Chamber of Commerce. And like I say, I've lived in the Portsmouth area for about 35 years.
35 years. Mm-hmm. And you have an adoptive little sweetie.
I do. I have 2 grown sons and 2 grandbabies right now, and one on the way.
Wow.
And then when my youngest son was 18, I decided to do it all again, and I adopted a little girl. Her name is Candace, and she's the joy of my life.
Well, I would imagine so. You know, I've seen her several times. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, there's a picture.
There is.
That you have of her. And,
that was at one of our chamber events. We'll see that.
It seems like I just remember her as a little teeny tiny baby.
She's almost 11.
11. Wow.
Time goes by so quickly.
Yes, it does. I guess so. So at the chamber, you've always indicated that it's important to small businesses.
It
And
is.
why is that?
Well, of course, at the chamber, and one thing I like to stress anytime I talk about the chamber, I try to make sure people know right off that the chamber of commerce, and all chambers of commerce are not government entities. We are not. We work very closely with our government officials, the city, the county. Officials, but we are not government at all. We are a private nonprofit run by our members. We have about 500 members, and our main goal is to make their business easier for them, give them better opportunities, just make doing business easier for them, give them more opportunities. And
It's interesting. Now that you mention it, there are a lot of people that feel that the Chamber of Commerce are probably attached.
Yeah, that's just a big misconception. And like you say, although we do work very closely with them, with the government entities, our funding comes from all of our members.
And there's a number of different projects. I know, Jason, you've been involved with working with the area chamber here and in Jackson, and seems to be other places that you've been very actively involved with that. And you found chambers to be a great benefit.
They're a great resource to the community. You have a lot of individuals that come into the community and they're new. They don't know where to go and how to get information, so they're a great resource.
Yeah. And oftentimes, when you're new to the area, or if you're just visiting the area, sometimes the chamber can be sort of a...
Most of the time, we are the first point of contact for anybody moving into the area. We get calls daily, emails from people wanting to relocate to the area. And like I say, we're their first point of contact, and we can give them local information, tourist information. We work very closely with the Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Kim Bauer, we
Yes.
recently had her on our show, and just fascinating.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's got a lot of stories, a lot of good information. But we work very closely with her, and like you say, anybody wanting to move into the area, relocate to the area, we like I say, we are their first point of contact most of the time. We send out dozens of relocation packages each week, and like I say, we and also oftentimes a business wanting to relocate to the area or looking to open in the area, we're the first point of contact for them as well.
It's also a very good networking opportunity for your local businesses.
Yeah, and I always tell everybody that's the number one benefit of being a chamber member is the networking opportunities. Everything we do centers around that.
And you have some after-hours events, correct?
Oh, we do. Every month we have a different business after hours, sponsored by a different chamber member every month. And these are so popular with our group. They stay booked about a year or two in advance. So any of our members wanting to get on that schedule know they have to plan a year or two out. And those are they're so successful. We have anywhere from, generally our average attendance is about 50 or 60. But we have several large ones throughout the year also. And like I say, great networking opportunities.
Well, as a matter of fact, you brought a couple pictures. You want to show? Luke Lawrence is behind the scenes, as well as Mike Thompson, and we're going to ask Luke to show one of the pictures that maybe depict.
Now, that was one of our recent business after hours at the Cole Kirby and Associates law firm, and they're relatively a newer firm to the Portsmouth area. I think they actually have an office in Jackson, but relatively new to the Portsmouth area. They are Portsmouth natives, and that was one we had just a couple of weeks ago.
Huh.
Now, your chamber is not just Portsmouth, is that correct?
No, we cover the entire Portsmouth area Chamber of Commerce. We consider ourselves a regional chambers. We have members in Pike County, and we work very closely with all of our surrounding counties. We even, we're right on the river, so we actually have a couple of members across the river in Kentucky. We cover, Greenup County as well.
Yeah, and I would imagine that to belong to the chamber, if you're going to be obviously doing business in the community. It's very important if you're outside the area
Oh,
to,
exactly,
to
yeah.
be
Exactly. We have, and to our members, we always make available our mailing list. And we encourage our members, obviously, to do business with other members. And at different times throughout the year. It's always a big thing at Christmas time. We offer a lot of member-to-member discounts that we can put out through our email list and encourage that.
I know in the Portsmouth area and Sauter County area, there are around 2,000 plus small businesses. And in those small businesses, of course, you have, and I use this term with great respect, there are maybe a few deaths of businesses for one reason or another, and there's always new births of business. And I know that you all have been involved in honoring those new businesses with ribbon cutting.
We do.
events. Maybe Luke can find the.
Yeah, we hold ribbon cuttings for any new business coming into the area that wants to be active with the chamber, and
You might look for the big scissors.
oh yeah, we are famous for our big scissors, and like I said, that was a grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony we held just a couple of weeks ago, actually. A young attorney by the name of Jeremy Burnside and his wife, Maddie. She has a real estate company, and their office was right in the downtown, and they renovated an old church on Hutchins Street in Portsmouth. And it's really, really amazing what they've done to the inside of that building, and preserved another old building, and he's got some other attorneys in with him, and But that, like I say, that's just one of the other services that we do, the ribbon cutting ceremonies. It's good exposure for a new business.
Sure.
Gets people in the door. We get it in the newspaper. Newspaper shows up, and
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, did you have a ribbon cutting ceremony for when you opened up your goat farm and your
The goat farm, no.
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 How about your crematory?
Crematory, actually, no. We did the funeral home.
The funeral home. And so in Jackson, they had a big to-do.
It was actually Wellston, but that's
Wellston,
okay.
okay.
How many years you worked with me, Pat? It's all right. Memory's the first thing you do.
No, memory's the second thing.
But you're right. That is a very good networking
Can't remember
opportunity.
what the first one is. Yeah. And it gives a chance for other businesses to meet the new owners and to really see how important they play as a team player in a community. And let's say you have you have business farmer banquets.
we do, and that's one of our events that we have held every year since 1957. And I've always said, as long as there's farmers, we will honor them. And that a lot of chambers in our area have done that long term. And now what we're seeing, we honor the farmers that we are honoring are now obviously second and third generation farmers, and it's really a fun time. We have our banquet in the spring, and our business people sponsor a farmer and sponsor the meal. The farmers come at no cost, and then everyone that attended that spring banquet gets an invitation to a fall banquet at the fairgrounds that the farmers
very
host.
good.
And it's good to have that partnership with the agricultural community.
Yeah,
I
it's a
would think so.
wonderful event.
Yeah.
Agriculture is so important to this
Oh,
community,
yeah.
and especially the small business farmer.
Oh, yeah. But that's always, and it's such a highlight for the farmers to be recognized. Most of the time we don't think about it when we sit down to the table who grew that food, but it's just a great time to honor them. And like I say, I think it's a great thing that we've done that since 1957.
Well, I know that down in the Sauter County area, there is a lot of land that is tilled. And Luke, do you have a picture of Farmer's Banquet?
Oh yeah, that was
there we go.
that was our winner this year. Actually, was Joe Ramsey. We've dealt with now that's Joe's daughter and grandson. in the green suit, that's Luann Valentine.
Oh, okay.
Luann is our chamber president this year.
Okay.
But the young man in the blue is actually the Farmer of the Year's grandson.
Oh, okay.
And the Joe Ramsey actually passed away just a couple weeks before the banquet, and we've dealt with Joe for.
Oh, he was a great.
Yeah, Joe was
Yeah.
a great guy, and we've dealt with him. He's always been our contact for the Farmer of the Year. He kind of coordinates everything, and so to lose Joe was just devastating. And Joe actually, and I did not know this, Joe actually wasn't a farmer. He worked very closely with the farming community. He had been.
With the fairgrounds.
Yes.
He was very active with the.
But actually he
helping the
was
booths.
not a farmer, and I did not know that. I thought I knew Joe pretty well, but I did not know he didn't farm. So, but yeah, that was a very good banquet. His family was very honored.
Now, would you be considered, since you have a farm, would you be considered a farmer, or is a farmer someone that just grows crop?
No, livestock is included in that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh
All
yeah.
right. Okay.
And by the way, I do have about an acre tilled, so anytime you want to come over and help me
Wow.
put that corn in, I do it the old-fashioned way by hand, and beans, and tomatoes.
Gee,
So,
that's.
you know, if you talk about getting healthy, you know, Katie's coming on later and you feel the urge to go out and sweat, come on over. I'll show you how it's done.
I'm quite sure you will, and I'm quite sure the breaks would be far and few between.
Yeah,
huh?
and it's not a problem because Life Flight actually lands right across the street at the school, so if we have any problems, you know, you're just a phone call away.
Gee, Jason, you're too good to me. I'll probably avoid. I'll probably be unable to make the that.
Well, that's okay. Now let's talk about another thing that you love, golf outings.
Golf outings.
Like I talked about, we have our annual, as most chambers do. We have to have ways to raise funds.
Sure, absolutely.
Most of our expenses obviously are paid by our members that pay membership dues. That's where the bulk of our money come from. But we do have a couple fundraisers through the year, and our golf tournament is our major fundraiser for the year. And we hold that every September at the Elks Country Club. Very successful event. We generally have 25 to 30 teams of 4, and so it's been a great, very very successful event for us. Like I say, puts a little money in our pocket, and
Sure.
the guys have a good day.
Sure.
And
Well-
like saying, it's another networking opportunity.
Well, that
a lot
is
of
very, very
business
true.
is done on the golf
Oh,
course.
yeah.
Yes, yes. And the honoring a distinguished citizen of the year and a member of the year.
Yes, that's something. That's another event that's very special to me. We every year at our annual. Sometimes we have an annual breakfast. Sometimes it's an annual dinner. This was this year's honoree, Linda Tiemann. She was honored as our distinguished citizen of the year. Linda has been involved in the music program in the West Portsmouth schools for a number of years, and does so much with the kids and music programs outside of the school. And that's one thing that's one of the requirements for the Distinguished Citizen of the Year. Anybody can have a job and anybody can do that job well.
Sure.
But it's the ones that go above and beyond that we honor. And Linda, of course, was our honoree this year. And when we name our Distinguished Citizen of the Year, they actually, of course, get the honor. We get their picture in the newspaper and everything, but also they get to throw out the first pitch. At the Reds Day for Portsmouth.
At Reds Day.
At Reds
So
Day.
Portsmouth has
and
the Reds Day.
you actually have a Portsmouth
We
Day
do.
at Great American Ballpark.
We do. We've done that for a number of years now, and we sell tickets out of our office. Like I say again, that's another little fundraiser for us. Just a good fun day. We usually take about 1,000 people from Portsmouth down to the ballpark, and like I
Now,
said-
of course, they all pay their tickets.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh,
you
yeah.
all get to sit
Yeah,
together.
they put us all in a general section, and this year I believe we sold right at around 1,000 tickets.
1,000 tickets.
Yeah,
Wow.
and like I say,
nice.
Linda, who was honored as our Distinguished Citizen of the Year, got to throw out the first pitch.
Huh.
So yeah,
and-
pretty neat. Yeah, and also at our banquet, we also named the chamber member of the year, And this past year it was Sherry Anderson.
Sherry Anderson?
Sherry Anderson works at Centris Energy.
Oh, okay.
Formerly
All right.
USEC.
Uh-huh.
And Sherry's very active in our Safety Council program. She chairs that for us. And she's there's a picture of Sherry. Sherry's a great resource for our chamber and keeps that program going. I get credit for it. I'm the Safety Council manager, but Sherry does all the work. So,
Oh, very good.
that's why
Very
we
good.
honored her.
Now, what is the monthly hour of power?
Oh, that's we just started that last year. We have a local
Very successful.
Very successful. We have a local business coach by the name of Dave Beam. Dave is an action business coach, and he started these programs for us last year. We offer them free to our membership. Again, we're always trying to find new educational things to bring our members, and obviously free. We like free. We like things we can offer our members free. Dave agreed to come in and do a series of topics. He talks about growing your business, the finances, your marketing team, your sales team. He covers just about every topic there is. And like I say, we started them last year. They were very successful. Dave was very pleased with the turnout.
Sure.
And excuse me. So we decided to do it again this year. And another good lineup of topics. And the one we just had was how to lead a difficult conversation.
How to lead or leave.
Well, sometimes you might have to leave it, but it was how to lead a difficult conversation.
Huh.
And anybody working in business and
Sure.
sales and things like that, that was very useful to them. And these also, so many of the topics that Dave talks about are also so beneficial to your personal
Sure.
life. We've
Yeah.
actually opened these up to the public.
Yeah.
And encourage anyone that wants to join us to do that.
And I would imagine some of the students who is coming close to their graduation, their finals, probably would
Could have benefited from
stop
procrastination.
procrastination today. Procrastinating.
That was a
Yeah.
really good one. I sat in on that one. It was really good.
I wanted to, but I just
It was really
put it
good.
off.
You waited too late.
Yeah, I waited too late. And then no, it is a good program.
It really is, yes.
And then you have a monthly healthy exchange.
Exactly.
Sponsored by.
Southern
Yes.
Ohio Medical Center. Southern Ohio Medical Center is obviously one of our major employers in the area. They're a chamber member, obviously, and we work very closely with them. And again, this is another program we started last year. We were exploring some new ideas, some new ways to bring different opportunities to our members. And SOMC, every month, they come out and they have a different doctor every month or specialist, and they tell us about their field, what they're doing. Like for instance, this month we have a plastic surgeon talking about various things.
So can they do something
Well,
about my?
I guess she could. Actually, we had her speak before when it was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They do a lot of the reconstructive surgery there,
Okay.
and but different topic every month, and they talk for about a half an hour, and then usually the CEO of the hospital, Randy Arnett, or Kara Rudity, will give us an update on the hospital. The hospital is growing so fast, construction going on
Yeah.
all over in the region.
And they're putting several new health centers.
Yes.
On the west side, and yeah.
Yeah, so we always get an update on that. So it keeps us informed as to what the hospital is doing, how they're growing, and also it gives their doctors a chance to get out in the community.
Sure.
So many times people feel like the doctors aren't accessible to them. They're not. It gets their doctors out in the community. Get to know the folks a little bit better.
Sure, very good. And that's just part of the things
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that the,
Yeah,
the
those-
chamber's
yeah.
involved with. I know that you have some sponsored programs. We only have a few minutes, but
Okay.
you want to talk a little bit about some of the major programs that you have?
Okay. Okay. Well, one that I really am passionate about and like to talk about because it saves our members a lot of money is our Safety Council program. And a lot of chambers throughout the state of Ohio sponsor these Safety Council programs. They are done in conjunction with the Ohio Bureau of Workers' Comp. Our members, every month we have a different safety topic. They last an hour, and they, what am I trying to say? We have a vast membership, and that's a membership within our membership.
Right.
And we have schools, nursing homes,
You,
car
you
dealerships.
just don't have to work in a industrial setting.
Exactly. And a lot of people, that's a misconception about
Right.
the Safety Council program. But we have a different topic every month, and just for participating, our members can earn a 2% rebate on their Bureau of Workers' Comp.
Very
and,
good.
And then also there's the participation, and then also if they improve their safety record, they can get another 2%.
I know that many businesses and industries, that 2% can
Oh
mean
yeah.
a great
I mean,
deal of
when
difference.
your premiums are over $10,000, that means a lot.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, you have the safety, and you also have new student orientation.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's
Yeah, let's
with,
talk about that.
Shawnee State?
Shawnee State University obviously is one of the fastest growing universities in Southern Ohio, and we welcome every student that comes into the university for orientation. We set up, we put a welcome packet together for them, and we're right there at orientation, and we hand it out to them. Actually, we found out what's better. We hand it out to the parents. We find that the parents like that useful information a little bit more than the students probably, but we've done that for probably about 10 years now, and I know we're probably running out of time, but our new this is a relatively new program. We started with Community Action, where we have a student chamber program.
Great.
And
That is great.
Yeah, and it's a really good program that we have about a dozen students from the area high schools, and we plan an activity each month with them. Try to expose them to as many things in the community, expose them to various business leaders in the community, and that's been very.
That is fantastic. You know, there's a number of different member benefits. Did you see all the different benefits, Jason?
There's quite a list there.
Yeah. The group rating health insurance.
We have a couple agents that sell, of course, you know what health premiums are now. That if just by being a chamber member, you can get in a pool and you get a little bit of a discount there. Same way with the workers' comp. We have a group rating pool for that. And again, like we talked about in the beginning, the biggest benefit, most important benefit of being a chamber member is the networking opportunities. And like I say, that's one thing we're always trying to increase, like the hour of power and the healthy exchange, always trying to give our members that opportunity to get together, to share ideas, and that's the biggest, one of the biggest benefits.
Sure. And I would imagine that the membership dues, is it just a flat fee, or is it based on how many employees?
It's actually based on the number of employees. Most chambers, that is the way that works. Our base rate is $140, and that goes up to 5
Per year.
employees per year.
That's
per year.
really good.
It's very affordable. Again, like I say, our rates are pretty much the lowest in the state. But we have very good participation. Our membership has continued to grow, and we've been able to keep our dues low and make it more affordable to include some of our smaller employers.
Well, and you also have businesses from surrounding counties,
We
like
do.
in Pike and Ross,
We
and
do.
Jackson, Lawrence, Adams.
Yes, and like I mentioned, we where we are right on the river, we have members in Kentucky.
Well, Pat, I see that Mike's giving us the time.
Yes, he's given us the one finger
We were cut off, I think.
that we get to get cut off, etc. Lisa, it has been a pleasure.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
Thank
Yes.
you. I've enjoyed it.
Well, we hope that you will come back.
I will.
And you know, we just ran out of time. We were going to ask you for some amusing stories, and so you'll have to come back.
I'll
and
do
share
those
some of
next time.
Yeah, the amusing stories. But thank you.
Thank you.
Upcoming, we have a special guest on Body Talk with Mike Thompson.
And Katie Molesky.
Uh,
Katie Molesky.
yes, I was trying to say that. Katie is quite a an action person here at the University of Rio Grande, and I think the listening audience will thoroughly enjoy.
And I've told her to lecture to you and get you in the right frame of mind so you can get physically fit.
Wow. We'll do our best. I'm Patrick.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Lisa.
Thank you for listening.